Hey there. How are you doing today? Good morning, shining stars. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. You're a shining star, no matter who you are. Shining bright to see what you can truly be. Good morning. How are you? It is a beautiful day, and I am enjoying it to the fullest. Shining Stars coming to you with a hot topic entitled Peace, the New Rich. Shining Stars, in this chaotic world that we are living in today with all kind of distractions bidding for your attention, peace is the most sought after, valuable possession that so many people are trying to obtain, but just can't seem to grasp it. It just seems to be out of their reach. It seems that when they do have it for a split second, then something comes along and boop, it's gone. Shining stars, some people, religious, think that by praying for peace, that God will give them peace. Not understanding, shining stars, that scripture also says that your faith, you have to put in work. That faith works by love, and you have to put your faith to work. Now, what exactly do that mean? Put your faith to work. How exactly do you go about doing that? Shining stars, you have to practice the posture, the position of peace. Shining stars is such a complex topic on how to achieve a state of peace, but it can be done. So many times, shining stars, we have the knowledge, but then we have trouble with applying the knowledge. Shining stars, work consists of applying what you know to be beneficial to you to your life. You have to become conscious. You have to stay focused. You have to stay mindful that when circumstances arise, then I'm going to purposefully apply peace to any situation. Shining stars, peace comes from within. So, therefore, in order to really obtain and retain peace, it's a process. And you have to do the things that will work on the inside. It's really a work of maturing in your spirit. We are a three-part being. You know, we have our physical, then we have a soul. The soul consists of thoughts, and then we have a spirit. Your spirit is connected to your higher conscious. And you have to align all three of these attributes and get them working together. So, therefore, my suggestion to you today will be that it's a must to get your mind under control. That would be the first work that I would apply. Once you get your mind under control, and you will notice that that in itself bring about a certain amount of peace. When we just allow our minds to just all over the place, from this thought to that thought to that thought. Let me give you the example again. It's just like a laptop, a computer. When you're on the web, when you're surfing the web, you have all kind of sites that you are looking at. But until you click on, do you become interactive with that website? The mind is very similar. Matter of fact, I hear all the time that the computer was thought of from the mind and how it works. So the mind, okay, you got thoughts constantly flowing in your thought life. And until you, so to speak, click onto a thought, and how you click onto that thought is by thinking and taking on more thoughts about it. And then it becomes part of your focus, your thought life. Some seem to think that in order to really get control of your thought life, it's not trying to not think of things. But what it is when a thought pop up, you do not interact with it. You do not click onto it, and you do not start to think further thoughts on that specific thought. And as you train your mind, it will begin to instantly just let those kind of thoughts that just pop up out of nowhere pass. You just let them pass. You don't click on, you don't interact with it, you don't think further about it, and I promise you that you will eventually see less of those little pop-up thoughts that just come out of nowhere. And so this is the first step I am going to leave with you today on how to work on taking control of your thought life. You know, you are the captain of your ship. And I'm going to remind you constantly, you have the ability to control your thoughts. Once again, I will use the example of the word peace. You know how to just repeat it over and over in your mind. That gives you the ability to not allow pop-up thoughts to just come in and run rampant. Next video, we're going to talk about meditation. Meditation is a many facets of how to go about meditating, and I will give you some examples that have worked for me. Shining stars, once again, I love you. I do this because I love you. I hope that I have said something today to make you say, that might be something that I can apply and use in my life. I guarantee you, if you put your mind to it, you can do it. Shining stars, if this content has helped you in any way, please share my video. And if by chance you're thinking, she's a lady that I might want to view more of her videos, then subscribe to my channel. And if you happen to like what you're hearing, please hit that like button. It would be so appreciated, Shining Stars. I am determined to reach my destiny, Shining Stars. This is my passion. And as I go along, I will perfect my information. I like, Shining Stars, to keep it simple. I don't like, using all the big words and trying to be fancy. I'm just a down to earth, middle aged woman who has decided that when I am preaching, it's not a form of teaching. And I realize that it's very vital to teach. And so that's another reason why I chose this method of communication, so that I could have time to just sit back and teach. So, once again, I love you. Get out, take a walk, sit in the sun, interact with nature. It is a way of obtaining peace. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.